Edmon Low was the longest-serving librarian for the Oklahoma State University library system. He came here in the early 1940s, and I think it was 1940, and stayed here until 1966 or 67. He was here for close to 27 years. Very instrumental in the library, development of the library, the creation of the new building, and was inspirational in a lot of ways. He was one of the people involved with developing the OpenStack system. In the past, patrons, library patrons, would have to ask for someone to get the book for them, and then the person would go up to the stacks, the closed stacks, retrieve the item and bring it back down and then give it to the person. Low said, let's just have the stacks be open. We'll provide direction on helping people learn how to access where the things are, and they can pull the items themselves. It was a dramatic change in how libraries operated. He was very close with Henry Bennett. They both came out of the Oklahoma territorial period. They were both actively involved in Southeast Oklahoma politics. But when Bennett got here in 1928, Bennett developed this plan for the campus development, and instrumental or significant in that plan was the construction of a main single library at the center of the campus. But the library hadn't been built by the time Low was here, so he was very instrumental in the design of the building, the changing elements, how library services were provided, and when they started construction in the early 1950s, Low was critical to the development of the library and how it's laid out today. By the time the library is constructed at this location, there were smaller library holdings throughout campus. And what Low did is he took all the materials from these various locations and brought them in together with what had been the main library over where the ConocoPhillips Alumni Center is now. That's where the library was located. So those materials were all brought over here. Low brings all these materials from these other district area discipline libraries and brings them all into this building. In the design of the building, there are large open spaces. The fourth floor, there were very few walls on the fourth floor. Even on the fifth floor, there were very few walls. The third floor was a little more restricted because the browsing and reading rooms take out space on the south side. But there was these large, open, expansive space. And that is in part reflective of this OpenStack concept. That ability for anyone to be able to go to any location within the library to retrieve items that they need. The main central stairs going up to where the card catalog used to be on the second floor, but the second floor provided a reference room on the one side. I think the reading room, where it is now, was the reference desk with reference materials there. The card catalog was located in the main center section of the second floor. So it was all designed with this idea of centralizing services, providing services on each floor, but also making it available for patrons to access the materials they need wherever they were. When Low reached 65, that was in 1966-67, Oklahoma State University had mandatory retirement at that age. You had to leave. So Low retires from here. He goes on to teach, I think, at the University of Michigan for a short time, and then becomes director of a new library in Florida for a while. 10 years after he was forced to retire, we named the building after him, and they bring him back for a special ceremony. And he was 75 when the building was named for him, 75, 76. But he did come back for that, and he died a few years after that occurred. But he is buried here in Stillwater. He always thought of Stillwater as his home, and as his health was failing, he went to live with his son, or near his son, in Tulsa for a short time. And then when he passed, he was buried here in Stillwater. We became really the heart of the campus during Low's period of time. The structure and organization of the library, he's the one who developed really how the departments were laid out, how the library was organized. So it really had a tremendous impact on how library operations occurred, and not just how the library structure was built.